Problems tonight for the owner of Tennessee Metal Roofing. Not only does he face criminal charges and a growing list of angry customers, James Kenton's contractor's license was just suspended during an emergency meeting today. This comes after consumer investigator Jennifer Kraus discovered Kenton lied on his license application.
James Kenton and his roofing company, Tennessee Metal Roofing,
So what are you waiting for?
are no longer licensed to do roofs in Tennessee. During an emergency meeting of the Tennessee Contractors Board done by telephone, board members voted to immediately suspend Kenton's license.
People spend a lot of money to get their roof repaired and have to go out and hire another company to get their roof completed, et cetera, et cetera. We don't want, as a board, that to be happening to other people in the community.
The board mentioned 2 complaints filed by consumers, including Mary Lynn Norman of Bellevue, who told us how Tennessee Metal Roofing messed up her roof.
They never fixed it, or they never really even attempted to fix it. They didn't even attempt.
The board also considered what News Channel 5 Investigates first exposed, how Kenton was repeatedly not truthful when he filled out the application for his contractor's license in Tennessee, when he claimed he had never had a contractor's license suspended or revoked, and that he had no complaints in any other states. But we found Kenton did have a contractor's license in Massachusetts that was revoked by state regulators after repeated complaints from customers. He was also banned from doing business in New Hampshire for similar problems. He also checked no when asked if he'd ever been convicted of a felony. Yet we found he was sentenced to a year in jail in New Hampshire after he pled guilty to felony charges related to double billing an elderly roofing customer and threatening another. The attorney for the Tennessee Contractors Board laid that all out for board members who back in April had granted Kenton a license.
Had he disclosed that to the board initially, I don't believe that the board would have granted that license. And based on these complaints that are coming in, I think there's a concern for the public that we have an individual who may not be using their license properly. So
Kenton himself did not take part in the conference call, but his attorney tried to argue that Kenton had answered as truthfully as he could on his application. But board members clearly did not agree.
It was obvious to the board that he was affiliated with that company in Massachusetts, and he filled out the application in a fraudulent manner by answering those questions the way that he did.
The suspension will remain in effect at least through November. That's when the board will hold a formal hearing and decide whether to extend the suspension or even possibly permanently revoke Kenton's license. Jennifer Kraus, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Thank you, Jennifer. This same board fined Kenton $1,000 several months ago after they discovered that he had been working without a license. If you'd like to see the rest of our investigation on Tennessee Metal Roofing, check out our website.